a city of people who aren't afraid to get their hands dirty. A city of makers, entrepreneurs, musicians, artists. A city of laughter, memories, and people who will welcome others in with a cup of heartwarming, handmade coffee. A city of people, young and old, working together. People who explore, live, and grow together. But what makes this place special? Being listed year after year as one of the best places to raise a family. Maybe because we have a community recognized for its safe neighborhoods and revered for its low unemployment. A city where adventure is everywhere you look, where you can pioneer your own story. We've opened a new page to write on for the generations ahead. Welcome to Bismarck. Come write your story.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy 1 Million Cups Wednesday. Good to see everybody here this morning. My name's Tyler DeMars. I'm with CTB at the Idea Center. I'll be your MC today. It's good to be back at Dakota Stage. We've taken the show on the road the last couple of weeks. I want to say thank you to Copper Dog Cafe in Mandan and the city of Mandan for hosting and sponsoring our event on May 12th, I believe that was. My date's right there. And thanks to Laughing Sun Brewery for hosting us last week. Got to throw some axes last Tuesday. Had a good time there at Laughing Sun. But good to be back in the theater. Today we're talking Pride of Dakota Day. So Pride of Dakota is a program of the Department of Ag here in North Dakota. We have two Pride of Dakota members from Fargo that are going to be telling us about their businesses today. One will be remote from Fargo. And then we have Dani with us here today from Fargo as well. So looking forward to hearing more about them. I guess first a little house cleaning for us. First thing we always ask is let's get checked in. So how many first-timers do we have? Anybody's first time at 1 Million Cups this morning? A few new faces. Okay, welcome. Glad to have you here. We always ask that when we get here, we download the 1 Million Cups app if you haven't already, and check in there. That gives us some numbers that we can report to the Cottman Foundation, who is the spearheading organization nationwide for 1 Million Cups. Also a really good tool for you to stay in the loop on upcoming events and speakers related to 1 Million Cups. So please download the app if you haven't already. I want to say thank you to our sponsors. These organizations right here provide money or time or in-kind services that allow us to put this program on, pay for the coffee, rent this facility, things like that. So big thank you to these organizations. Also, we have a coffee sponsor today. The delicious medium roast that you got out of the camber out there is from Cold Country Coffee. Travis is nice enough to drop that off for us today. If you get a chance, I think they are at the food co-op and in some of the Dan supermarkets. Roasted right here in Bismarck. It's really good coffee, too. If you're enjoying it, please support them. All right, so what is 1 Million Cups? Why are we doing this? So 1 Million Cups is an educational and networking program that we do weekly. Every Wednesday morning here at Dakota Stage at 9 a.m., we put a different entrepreneur or two entrepreneurs, small business owner, nonprofit founder on stage to talk about their idea, the vision they have for it, where they want to see it go, and some of the challenges they face in achieving that vision. The idea... What we want to do is help them refine their ideas, support them, and ultimately give them the best chance of success that we can by creating a supportive community around them. So the question we're asking every week is, can we change the face of our community by connecting local entrepreneurs over 1 million cups of coffee? All right, so after our presenters talk about their businesses today, we'll have a question and answer session. If you have questions, you can raise your hand. We'll have a mic runner going around with our mic mug here, and you can ask that question to our speakers. Also, if you're watching on the live stream, please put those questions in the Facebook chat there, and we have Kristen on social media who will ask those questions for you here in the theater. All right, I think we have a few community announcements this morning. First up, our friends at the North Dakota Women's Business Center. Lakin has to make the long walk from the back of the theater.
At least I was down here this time and not running from upstairs. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the theater. My name is Lake Anani. I'm with the North Dakota Women's Business Center, and I want to invite you again to Ladies' Night with the Larks. It's June 10th. You can register on Eventbrite, NorthDakotaWomen'sBusinessCenter.com, NDWBC.com, or Facebook. So this is going to be just a general outreach and networking event. We're doing a pre-party at the Tap-In Tavern with giveaways, free samples, and all kinds of fun, thanks to our friends, of course, at the Tap-In and McQuaid Distributing. And then we're going to meet at the game. This is where your family, your friends, everybody else is invited to join us for some networking. So your ticket will get you admission. 3 drinks, you can use them for alcoholic beverages or popcorn, a Lark's hat, or something else if you choose not to use them on alcohol. And something else. Food, that's right, unlimited ballpark food for the first 3 innings. So you will leave full, both in your belly and in your heart. So join us for Ladies' Night with the Larks. Gentlemen, that's you too. So we'll see you all on June 10th. Wow, I got an applause, that's so nice, thank you. That's not Bill.
Here, Bill, there you go. I'll go to you. No, we'll go back. Yeah.
All right, hi, I'm Bill Dean, Realtor here in Bismarck, but we are bringing up Michael Tridhart on June 16th. He's teaching a couple classes, so if you're a realtor, this will actually count for CE hours. But the first one is becoming Google great. How would you like to 10x your Google traffic without having to spend a dime? You'll have to spend $79 for the class, but that's about it. So I actually took his 1-hour class, and 10 times my traffic, and this is a 3-hour class. So if you're in marketing, any business can benefit from this class, and he's not associated with Google, which is sweet, so he can actually tell you the truth rather than buy the book. The second class is 7 ways to improve your business, and this is tech, tools, websites, different things to streamline your workflow processes. So very, very good trainer. He is the head of Keller Williams social media training, and he has been for 20 years, so he knows his stuff. So this is going to be at the Ramkota, and you can find tickets at Eventbrite and find it on Facebook as well. So see you there.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jordan Weichel, and I would like to announce Next Gen Networking. We're having a happy hour. We're a new networking group here in Bismarck. It's going to be tomorrow, Thursday, May 27th, 5 to 7 at Stadium Sports Bar, Stadium in the Lodge at the stadium side. We encourage everyone to bring a guest, and then there will be free drink tickets available while they last. So the idea is to get out of your comfort zone, meet some new people, build some quality relationships. We have a Facebook group you can join as well, and then I'll hang out afterwards if anybody has any questions. And yeah, hope to see you there. Thanks to our sponsors, Stadium in the Lodge and NBNH Media. Thank you.
All right, and our last one I think is on me. We have Higher Orbits is a new program in Bismarck, Mandan. This is an educational program for students, grades 8 through 12. They're learning from astronauts and other experts, exploring and discovering. I believe there's a pitch competition where somebody will get to actually launch something into space that comes out of this. So kids start this program. I know the print is really small there. It is, I should have looked at my slide better. July 6th through 8th, 9:30 to 4:30 every day. Again, available to students grades 8 through 12. You can go to higherorbits.org for more information and to register for that. So, all right, well, without further ado, we'll get to our speakers today. The first person I want to introduce, we have Kara Haff with us this morning. She is the Pride of Dakota program manager with the Department of Ag, and she's just going to say a few words about the program. So let's hear it for Kara.
All right, good morning. Thanks for having us today. I'm what is my title now? Business marketing and, oh gosh, I forgot already. I just got a new title like less than a week ago, so it's like this long. Pride of Dakota has been with the North Dakota Department of Agriculture since 1987, so it officially started in 1985. So 36 years that Pride of Dakota has been serving our state as the state brand of products that are made, manufactured, processed, or produced here in North Dakota. So we started with about 20 members at that time, and it has blossomed. Right now, I think today we're sitting in the 500s. It's an incredible program. We help with marketing, putting resources in the hands of the companies so that they can expand their businesses. We'll help review business plans, marketing plans, all those sorts of things. And then networking is huge. So finding whether it's your retail setting and you want to bring in Pride of Dakota products, we help match businesses, Pride of Dakota members with those retails, or maybe some folks want something private labeled. So it's matching companies with companies so that they can get the products that they're looking for. Because maybe you're not a food processor, but you want to have a line of jam or jelly or coffee or something like that that matches your brand. So we can help you make those connections and find those folks that can do that for you. So I'm super excited that we have Dani here today. Sorry, I had Amy in my head. That we have Dani here today, and Clayton is on the line also. Dani, you guys started like when I started, so it's fun to see how you've grown in the time and how the program has changed and shifted a bit in the time. But I have packets, folders with me today, so if you guys have questions, you want one of those, I can sure share that with you and be happy to set up any sort of meeting to talk about Pride of Dakota and what it can do for your business. So thanks so much for being here, and online too.
Thank you, Carol. All right, so our first entrepreneur this morning is Clayton Cottman. Clayton is with Uncle Charlie's Gourmet Snacks out of Fargo. He is joining us virtually. So Adam, can we bring Clayton up here? Here we go. Clayton, are you with us? Of course, we have tech issues, but. All right, I think what we'll do is we will pivot a little bit, and Dani, would you want to present first? So we'll switch our speaker lineup while we're waiting for Clayton to come online here and fixing the tech issue we have. Adam, could you bring us back to the slide deck? All right, so our first presenter this morning is Dani Gilseth with Grateful Cratefuls. Dani's with us from Fargo. She drove up this morning. Let's hear it for Dani Gilseth.
Thank you. Hi. Hey, everyone. I am so happy to be here. My name is Dani Gilseth. I am one of 3 owners of Grateful Cratefuls. We are based out of West Fargo, but we have some really good Bismarck ties. So I'm excited to share with you who we are. But before I start with that, I really want to talk mostly today about how we got started, our why for being in business. This is our story. Up in the top corner here, we have the West family. They are from Bismarck. I'm not sure if any of you know them, but they are longtime Bismarck residents. My Uncle Bob, on my left here, he was diagnosed in 2018 with stage 4 glioblastoma. That is a terminal brain cancer diagnosis. And it's something that you don't wish upon anyone. When something like that happens to your family, you do what any good Midwestern family does. You get together, you rally your troops, your family, your communities, and you do what you can to be there to show emotional support and also to help with any financial support you can. So we got together and we held a benefit in town here at the Eagles. And you guys, it was mind-blowing. You showed up, this community showed up, friends, family, complete strangers showed up to help support our family. And throughout the process, I can't tell you how life-changing something like that is, to see generosity pour out of people. One example, we reached out to Bubble Island here in town. We hadn't met her. We'd used her products and loved her bath bombs and bath salts. And we reached out to Chris, telling her we were having a benefit, and asked if she would consider a discounted price on something that we could buy. And she said, absolutely not. I will donate a package. So it is people like that in this community that help make our benefit a success. It was about a month later that we all went back to work, and $40,000 later we had raised for this family in such a short period of time. And we went back to our day jobs, if you will. And I remember one day my aunt, Amy, right here, she called, and it was Dory, my mom in the middle, and myself, and we were all on a conference call and trying to FaceTime each other, and we missed talking to each other every day. We missed doing something that made a difference, doing something for someone else, and we tried to think of something that we could do where maybe we could have this package that we could gift in times of need when people had benefits. We also wanted a package that we could gift to show our thanks for Chris and so many people who generously donated their time and talents to our benefit. And we had this idea of kind of a kindness basket or box, if you will. And we kept thinking of business ideas. Maybe we would be furniture repurposers. So we went and bought all this furniture. We went curb shopping and loaded all this furniture up in my grandma's minivan. And we got it all to my aunt's shop one day, and we sat there and we looked around and we're like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? We had three-legged tables, we had broken lamps, like we had no clue what we were doing, and we knew that that was not for us. So we had a going out of business sale, we had a huge garage sale at my house, and we sold all of this stuff that we collected, and we actually raised a good amount of money. And it was really at that point that we looked at this original piece that we had, this kindness gift basket, or crate, if you will, and we said, that's it. That's our business piece. That piece that you can gift to someone to show your thanks. When my uncle was sick in the hospital, all we wanted to do was send him, something cozy, a blanket, like we were giving him a big hug. And there wasn't any place that you could do that. You have flowers, which are awesome, and you have donuts, which are delicious, but there was something missing in that middle world. And that is where Grateful Cratefuls was born. 4 months later, we opened our doors on Cheyenne Street in West Fargo, and we opened it with a mission and a belief that people deserve to know they matter. We have this needs as humans. We're all so different, but we really have a need to know that what we're doing makes a difference. And we wanted to be a business that could help people express that and show that. So we created a gifting service platform to make gifting a simple, easy process. The one thing we hear so many times is that people want to thank something or they want to send something to someone, but it takes so much time and we just don't have it. It's such a precious resource. So going to 5 different stores, trying to get something boxed up that looks decent and actually get it to the post office and get it sent, it's a lot of work. So we wanted to be that person who could help you be there for others. We opened our storefront in 2018, and in the summer of 2018, we joined Pride of Dakota almost immediately. And when it was time to pick what we wanted to have in our store, we went right back to the people who helped us out during our benefit. Bubble Island was one of the first products we carried in our store, and we still carry it to date. We started with about maybe 5 to 10 Pride of Dakota lines, and here we are. Close to 3 years later, in July here it'll be 3 years, we have close to 40 lines of Pride of Dakota products, including Coal Country Coffee in our store. So it's really remarkable to see where we started and where the business has grown. Our store is one piece. Our online platform is the next. That is where our customers will be able to hop online, choose a pre-curated piece. They put a note in, they put an address, and we put it together beautifully and ship it throughout the U.S. To date, we have shipped to every state in the U.S. We've also done Canada shipping, and we just recently shipped to Bermuda, which was a nightmare, but we made it happen for our customers, so I'm pretty proud of that. The third big piece of Grateful Craples is something that we didn't expect starting out, that there would be a need for a service like this in the business world. We, about 4 months into our business, came around Christmas time, and we received a call from an insurance company, and they were looking to gift clients, and they wanted to give their clients a collection of North Dakota items. She had a couple items specifically. Colorado Jack was one of them that she asked if we could carry, and absolutely, we'll get Colorado Jack in those gift boxes. So that was the first introduction to what has become our business gifting side. That picture on your far right is a project, one of our most exciting projects to date, and it has huge ties to Pride of Dakota. We've always said in our marketing materials that we are here, whether it's one gift, whether it's 1,000 gifts. And in October of 2020, we had to cross that number out and say from 1 to 3,000. We received a call on October 7th from a company on the western part of the state. They do in-person customer appreciation events every October, and unfortunately, COVID wreaked havoc on that, and they weren't able to gather in person. And they were looking to send out 3,000 gift boxes across North Dakota to their customers. And thanks in huge part to Pride of Dakota and the connections that we have with Pride of Dakota, they had reached out to Pride of Dakota. Pride of Dakota provided a list of Pride of Dakota members who could possibly take on a project like this. We were one of those, and they went with us. And within a 2-week time frame, during COVID, when you could not get products in, we worked with Dots Pretzels, Colorado Jack Caramel Corn, and North Prairie Signature out of Leeds, and we had 3,000 products of each of those in, and we had a team recruited of 15 family and friends to help us complete a 3,000-piece build in one day. It was incredible. What are our plans? What's next? We are, like I said, we're based out of West Fargo right now. With our e-commerce site, we are available across North Dakota and beyond. We definitely love this side of the state. I would love to have a presence here in Bismarck, up in Minot, in Grand Forks. Thankfully, with Pride of Dakota, we are able to have that come Pride of Dakota season. So there's definite growth in our future. We started off in about a 500 square foot space. We are now up to about 3 times that amount with our fulfillment and shipping side. North Dakota Kind, I'm not sure if you've heard of that, but that was a brand we created in 2019. Another piece to recognize our awesome state and the kind humans that live in North Dakota. Right now, 10% of all North Dakota Kind sales have a give back platform where we donate it directly back to one of 4 nonprofits that we have partnered with for this year. And it's like Grateful Craples is almost just double giving. You do good by gifting, and then I'm not sure what exactly the statistics are. I think it's like 70 cents for every dollar local businesses, invest back in your community. Local small businesses are, I think, like 250 times more likely to be there for those community events. And that is exactly what we're all about. This right here is what it's all about for us. If someone comes to us looking for a donation for any cancer benefit, it is a yes, no matter what. Teachers and staff giving kind resources back so that they can share it with our young kiddos. Up on the top, we made a donation to our police department. One of our products, our Happy Tea and our Cozy Cocoa line, we donated 100 bags to them for Appreciation Week. This little girl on the bottom, she is from Northwood. She had a lemonade stand after a police officer had passed away. She raised over $11,000 having a lemonade stand, and those are the type of people that we want to recognize. That's where that kind original crate belongs, is in her hands. $900 to Pray for Gray last week. This is what we do when you're supporting our small business. This is exactly what we get to do, is give back and invest it in our community. So I thank you so much for letting me be here today. I love questions, so if you have any, please let me know.
All right. Thank you, Dani. Let's hear it for Dani. Thank you for giving, sir. All right, and I think we have Clayton with us now. Clayton, can you hear us? No, we might have to reschedule Clayton for another time if we can't get this figured out, but. All right, I think we might have to pivot away from. Adam, do we have a solution up there for this, or? Thank you for being patient. One second, let me give Clayton a call and see. This was working at 8:15 this morning, I promise, but. Hey, Clayton. So we can't hear you in the theater here. I'm not sure. This is working this morning. We tried, but I'm not sure what's going on now. But your mic's on, everything. Yeah, we can see.
You can see the slides. Wait, can you hear me now?
Let me switch speakers. My mic.
Tyler, can you hear me?
There we go.
Wait, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right. Sorry for the delay. Okay, can you hear me on the phone or can you hear me in the room?
We can hear you in the room. We can hear you in
All
the room,
right,
Clayton.
sounds. All right, excellent. Here we go. So, yeah, I want to thank everyone for waking up early this morning to get to know some more about a new business. We're very excited to be here this morning with Pride of Dakota and with 1 Million Cups. So just want to let you all know that we really appreciate your time this morning and thanks for joining us. So, basically, we take snacking to the next level with gluten-free, gourmet, handcrafted snacks. We like to use rice squares to make it gluten-free so that basically everyone in the whole family can enjoy this snack together. And I guess at this point, I'll tell you a little bit more about what we do and myself. My first aspiration, before there was food for me, there was music. I trained as a classically trained musician, studied with the likes of Mr. Davey Yarborough, and I learned music first. And as I began to step into the culinary world, I learned that music and food are somewhat the same. They have a lot of similarities and things that kind of coincide with both of them. And our mission here with this company is to really inspire people to try to take the path less traveled, if you will, and reach deep down inside and see what they can do and come up with. So our mission, we are an innovative gourmet snack company, and we're dedicated to inspiring possibilities for all through food. Next slide. So here's a little bit about our actual snacks. I'd say right now the most popular snack is definitely the banana split flavor. People really enjoy that flavor combination of the strawberry, the banana, and the milk chocolate there. People enjoy that one quite a bit. My favorite flavor, or the one that, I tried to accomplish first was actually the orange creamsicle. That one just seemed like the most challenging, and I felt like if I can nail down that orange creamsicle flavor, then the rest of the flavors should be pretty easy to accomplish. And so, yeah, that's my favorite flavor. I found out that, kids really enjoy that cotton candy flavor. We did a show there with Pride of Dakota in Bismarck, and the kids there, like they bought out our entire cotton candy inventory. So that was an interesting experience. Nextly, yeah, our thing is, we really want to just bring people together through snacks, one at a time. And, here, I'll tell you guys a little story. My uncle, this company is like in memory of my great uncle and great aunt. And, they are both Washingtonians. My uncle and my aunt were a great couple, the cutest couple. And she would make birthday cakes. She was the family cook, the family baker. She would make birthday cakes for anyone, friends, families, neighbors. But there was one cake that she would not make for anyone else under any circumstances. And that was always her famous cheesecake, which was strictly reserved for my Uncle Charles. So as a young man growing up, I always saw that cake there, and I just knew that it tasted amazing. And as we moved into this company, I wanted to try to recreate that feeling for people and give people that feeling of love and home cooked food. So a little bit about the story behind the snack. I am a Fargo transplant, if you will, and I was, I had moved here to the Midwest and attending a party, and someone passed me a bowl of what I found out later was puppy chow. And I mean, it pretty much knocked my socks off. I knew at that point that, that product was going to be the canvas that I would be able to use to introduce new flavor profiles and really begin to share my type of creativity with the world. And so that's pretty much how it all started. Yeah. And I mean, since then, let's see, it may seem like this brand or this company is just kind of like popped up out of nowhere, and, we're here, there, and everywhere out of nowhere. But people may not realize that there are 3 years of hard work, focus, determination, dedication that have led up to 2021, which is becoming quite the successful year for us. And our trajectory seems promising. Let's see. Yeah, it's a lot of hard work behind the scenes, and things like this have led up to us being featured in, several publications, including most recently the New York Times. We were featured in the New York Times as of yesterday as one of 100 Black-owned businesses around the country that you'll love. So check out that feature in the New York Times. It should be out right about now. Yeah. So in my family, everyone has love languages, but, my family's love language is food. And, I'm thrilled to share this snack with you all. Now, this has come from a level of inspiration from my Uncle Charles. I find him truly inspiring. The man was everything from a war hero to, a college professor and everything in between. And also one of the first Black clinical psychologists in the country where that wasn't a thing at the time. And, him following his dreams has inspired me to follow my dreams and carry out his legacy, and this is the best way that I can sort of gear towards doing that. So, a lot of this is in honor of a man that truly inspired me to become who I am striving to become these days. Now, we get this question quite a bit. A lot of people like to ask, like, so how do you decide what flavors you want to use? Like, how do you decide what you're going to do next, and where do you get these flavors from? So here's a little bit about our process of that. We tend to study the snack industry, find out what's going on, what people like and don't like, and see if it's actually feasible to bring to market. The development stage of things, we're working, developing textures, flavors, color profiles to try to just get that snack where it needs to be. The testing part, people love that part. I guess that's our favorite part too. But we never have a shortage of volunteers for the testing phase of things. So that's always nice. And the feedback that we get from our customers and from our associates really gives us an idea of where we'd like to go with that flavor, if we're heading in the right direction or what. And finally, there's the launch. Once we've developed the snack, or once we've developed the flavor profile and made sure that all of our T's are crossed and I's are dotted, it's ready for the public. And, you'll probably come across it sooner than later at that point. But we do quite a bit of vetting. One of the things that, people may not really consider when you see a product like this on the shelf, you may not necessarily consider like the development stage of it. But we like to work very hard in the development. There are a lot of things behind the scenes, from barcodes to, health codes, making sure that this product is ethically made and that it's ready for the shelf. Those are a couple of the things that people may not necessarily consider usually. But yeah, we work hard to make sure our snacks are ready for everyone to consume. Next slide. Yeah, so this is our motto. You get what you work for, not what you wish for. And this motto reminds me of a story of a person that I met. When I first moved here a few years back, I met a gentleman that was, he was a dad. He was a hockey dad. His daughter was on a hockey team, and they were visiting Williston for like some sort of hockey game. We met, had a conversation. I told him I was new in town, and he basically let me know. He said, the people of this state, the people of the Midwest, they respect hard work. They respect hard work and dedication. And if you work hard at something and you dedicate yourself to it, people will see that, they'll recognize that, and they'll respect it. And he used a phrase that I had never heard before, but has always stuck with me. He said, make sure that you put your shoulder to the grind. Now, at the time, I didn't know what that meant, but once I understood what it meant, it's always sat with me. And in this business and in this company, I make sure that I do put my shoulder to the grind and work hard and hustle at the product, and make sure there's a lot of sweat equity going into the making of this product. So we're not afraid of, hard work over here at Charlie's Chow. So what's next for Charlie's Chow? Well, the skies are the limit for us at this point. We've partnered with a distribution company based here in Fargo. We're poised to move this product regionally, nationally, wherever we're welcome at this point. And we do direct to consumer sales through our website, eatcharlieschow.com. We also have several wholesale partners, a growing list of wholesale partners, and we are available for business, So our current challenges, and these are typical challenges for, new companies. There's always working capital. There's always the challenge of talent acquisition and making sure that we have the right teammates with the right drive and the right focus to drive the company to the next level. And of course, there's equipment purchases. equipment can be so expensive, but we really believe that we have a special product here. And in some instances, we will need sorts of special equipment to bring this product to mass production. So I guess another challenge that I could share with you guys, like as an entrepreneur, I'm sure you all are well aware that, sometimes we try to wear all the hats and try to do everything that needs to be done within the business ourselves, because like, I guess they say, like, if you want something done right, you do it yourself. But I'm learning to outsource things, and sometimes it's hard to trust people with your vision. You hope that they get it, but you're never quite sure. I'll tell you a story. I actually hired a web designer, and I went in, just trying to be the entrepreneur. I went in and made some like late night changes in the wee hours of the morning, anticipating an article coming out. And I got an abrupt call the next morning from my web designers like, hey, you hired us, let us do the web designing. Like, you run your business, you let us worry about this web page. So, I mean, there was a lesson in that for me that, like, I have to learn to trust people and trust that they're experts at what they do, and, let them do their thing. So, nextly, you guys may want to know how you can help us with this company, how you can help us with this project and help take this brand to the next level. If you all are familiar with Kickstarter, I'll give a brief explanation. Kickstarter is a crowdfunding platform that's used to raise money for young companies or projects or idea to sort of give them that kickstart that they need. And as of now, we are one of those companies that could use a little kickstart as we make our way into the marketplace. So if you guys would like to help, please feel free. Our Kickstarter is live right now. We've been live for about 6 days. So up on your screen, you'll see a QR code right next to help. Anyone feel free to use your camera phone and like scan that QR code. It'll take you straight to our Kickstarter page. And you can make a pledge there or share this on your social media or anything of that nature. Lastly, we like to ask that you all stay in touch with us. Please feel free to stay in touch. We are available pretty much 24/7. This is my life. This is my everyday life. I have no evening or weekend plans or anything like that. Like, you're not interrupting anything but work. So please feel free to give us a call, reach out to us at any time. It's always great to hear from people that are like-minded and have taken the same sort of entrepreneurial leap. And with that said, I'd like to thank you all for joining me and having me this morning. I appreciate your time, and I cannot wait to meet everyone in person. So thanks again. Any questions?
All right, thank you, Clayton. And Clayton, can you hear us in the theater here?
Yes, I can hear you.
Again. Awesome, great. Well, Kara and Dani, you want to join us on stage, and we'll get some question and answer going here. Thank you. All right, we have Lakin on the mic mug this morning, so if you have a question for one of our presenters, please raise your hand. Lakin will get that mug in your hand. For our Facebook audience, please put your questions in the chat, and Kirsten will ask them here in the theater. I'll go ahead and get us started. So first, thank you. Really good presentations this morning. I think for both Clayton and your team, Dani, you guys have done a good bit of scaling already, right? Can you talk to, I know you talked a lot about the brand and the mission behind it. Can you talk a little bit about how processes have improved as you scaled up? And then same for you, Clayton, as you've brought your product to market, how have your production processes had to change?
It's funny when you talk about scaling, because I really think that is one of the toughest parts in business. And Clayton mentioned it too, when you have your business and it's your baby and you think that no one else can do it as perfectly as you do, and you try to do everything, and then you end up failing at everything because one person is not enough for all of these things. So it took a while, honestly, to start to really trust and let go and realize when people are very capable, probably better than you at a lot of the things that that they can handle those. So we've done a good job of really creating lanes for Dory, Amy, and myself, and focusing on where our strengths are, and then when weaknesses are there, like accounting, you get help in that area. So thankfully, we've been able to take on some really great people to get some help in those areas of accounting, and really creating a great team to help us grow.
Thank you. And Clayton, how about you?
Yeah, I would agree with Danny on that 1000%. In scaling, I think one of the main challenges is being comfortable with delegating some of the responsibilities and allowing people to shine in their expertise. Like she mentioned, accounting. It's not my thing at all. My accountant she's like on me to make sure I get that part right. But it's just learning to build the team and trust people, and knowing that you can, like, my thing is I feel like I can pretty much do anything from graphic design to whatever needs to be done, but it would take me so long. And it's about knowing when to call in the pros. So yeah, those are my thoughts on scaling. Call in the pros, you'll grow way faster.
Yeah, it's almost out of necessity sometimes that you have to let some things go. I think it's something we talk about a lot with our clients at the Idea Center. Is in working on your business, we want you spending as much time as possible in your highest value activities. And I know I tend to try to work on my weaknesses and work in the areas I'm not as strong in, and it's a really frustrating exercise. But that's why we have events like this where we can find other people that can help us out too. But I think Dave has a question.
So the question is two-part. On Pride of Dakota, the products that you guys represent, how many are there right now out there?
I'm honestly not sure we have a measurement on that.
More than 2, right?
Gosh, yes.
Okay.
So with 500 plus companies, there's some that carry a smallish line or 1 or 2 items, but then there are others, I think of like Mayor's Creations, where her focus is jams and jellies, but she probably has 40 to 50 varieties. So do you count that as 1? Do you count that as 50? It's relative to whoever is doing those statistics. But there's some that have a really wide variety of items, others that are very narrow. So, gosh, I don't know. You've looked at so many of them, Dan.
We have, yeah.
Yeah.
And even when I was on the site the other day, I think it was like 562. But I know for Grateful Crapefuls, we're both a retailer because we carry Pride of Dakota products, and then we have our own Pride of Dakota actual products. Our crates are handcrafted cedar crates. Those are a Pride of Dakota product. We have a line of Happy Tea Cocoa. So within each, you could have multiples.
We're well into the thousands of individual products.
My second part of the question is, how do you guys determine what products are going to can carry the Pride of Dakota label? Who makes that decision? And is there like a review committee that does that? And they have to be manufactured in North Dakota, correct?
So we have administrative rule that is put together by Commissioner Goring and the Legislative Council. That is a guideline that we follow for that decision process. We make sure that the company is registered to do business in the state of North Dakota. We check their address to make sure that they exist in North Dakota. We check in with the tax department to make sure that they are set up upstairs to do business in North Dakota. We do have cases where their product manufacturing needs grow beyond what is available in the state. So they might need an FDA lab to create a medicine type spray to make a claim on it. In those cases, like, we work with those companies. We make sure that they have fully exhausted all opportunities within the state to make that product here, or in the capacity that they need. So generally they've started in North Dakota, it was created in North Dakota, and then they've had to work outside for some of the manufacturing of their items. But we review each application as they come through. The commissioner helps make the tough decisions on ones that seem questionable, perhaps. We always review with him because he ultimately has the final say. And then we do have an advisory committee as well. There's 7 advisory council members that help guide the commissioner with those decisions as well.
Joel has a question.
First question is for Dani, and then I'm coming for you, Clayton. So Dani, I saw you had a storefront now. Talk to me about what that store is like, because it seems like the e-commerce store makes a lot of sense. People are going to be able to build their boxes there, but tell us about the inside of that store, and are you getting a lot of traffic there?
Okay, and I just have to say, this is my first time here, so it's my first time seeing this orange cup, and it's throwing me off a little bit. I love it. The store, our business is kind of crazy right now. We really have a 30-30-30 split between in-store traffic, e-commerce traffic, and our business client traffic. In-store is basically a version of what you see online. It's just in person. All the products are set out individually. We have pre-curated, ready-to-go gift sets, as you see online. Majority of the people coming in want to create their own, like we have mimicked online now too. They pick out their own pieces. We build it right on site into the gift crate, gift box, gift bag, whatever it may be, and then they take it with them. So it really is a good split between the 3 right now.
And then Clayton, I wanted to touch on, you talked about being a classically trained musician, and I have degrees in music as well. I want to hear about, your instrument first, and then also you made the correlation between the creativity and innovation in music and transitioning that to now food. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, salutations to a fellow musician. To answer your question, my axe is the saxophone. The alto saxophone, tenor saxophone, baritone saxophone. My training was there, and I mean, let's see. To me, the correlation between food and music, it's like if you think of composing a piece, there are several different instruments, several different sounds that go into any song. And in a lot of ways, it's the same thing with food. You're taking combinations of flavors, combinations of material to sort of make this gumbo, if you will, that plays out plays out as a song in music, but in food, it plays out as a dish. I really see them as one and the same. A song is put together the same way that a proper dish is put together. So we like to bring that sort of energy to our food.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, Joel is, I'll let you know, Clayton, Joel's a saxophone player as well. He's performed with his sax on stage before, so there's a kinship there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
One question I have, as Pride of Dakota members, what has been most beneficial to you, Dani, and you, Clayton, about being a Pride of Dakota member?
Clayton, you want to go or you want me to go?
Sure, I'll go first. Most beneficial to us as a Pride of Dakota member, I'll put this out here right now. Dot's Pretzels is sort of like our sensei. I've never met anyone from the team, but we study them very closely, and we've watched how being affiliated and associated with Pride of Dakota, like all over the country, people recognize that seal now. And we'd like to follow in those footsteps and become like the next go-to snack for people. and so that when people see that Pride of Dakota seal, just like they saw it on that Dots bag everywhere, they'll see it on that Charlie's Chow everywhere, and hopefully make that same sort of mental association and associate us with all good things. So we're following the path that's been laid out for us. We're just kind of following in the path.
Yeah, and I will say the same thing. Marketing costs are crazy for a small business. So to be able to get your product in front of the crowds that a show like Pride of Dakota brings is so beneficial. Last year, we participated in as many shows as we could. Same with the year before that, and we're excited to be back this year. But getting in front of those crowds of 5,000 to 10,000 people in a weekend is something that we could not do physically on our own, draw a crowd like that yet. So that's been amazing to be a part of those shows.
Awesome. Time for one more question before our last question of the morning.
Yeah, this question's for Clayton. I'm just curious if you could talk a little bit about the challenges you faced when it came to having access to a commercial kitchen. I'm assuming you didn't buy or build your own kitchen right away. How did you navigate that at the start, and what's your status at this point?
Yeah, excellent question. Well, we've been fortunate because there, again, is an excellent business community here. We've been fortunate to partner with Casey Steele at Square One Kitchen. So for 99% of our production until as of recently has been done there. They've been more than gracious. I don't know if you all know about Casey Steele, but she's fantastic, and the team there at Square One. But as of now, through our partnership with Midwest Motor Express, we've begun to move our entire production to their facility. So we'll be producing the product there and distributing the product from there, all in-house, one place.
Cool, great. Well, it's time for our last question of the morning, and I will pass it over to Lakin for that.
Happy to. Thanks again, Dani, Kara, and Clayton for being here. We always wrap the show with the final question for you. So for us, as the 1 million Cups Bismarck Mandan community, what can we do to help you succeed? Clayton, do you want to take it first?
Sure, I will. Now I want to try to stay away from being too salesy here, but I'm going to be completely honest. To help us out right now, guys, like if you can go to our Kickstarter, make a pledge, blast our page out, and try to help us reach that 10K. As you all know, with Kickstarter, it's all or nothing. If you don't raise all of it, you don't get any of it. So we're working hard to try to make this happen. And I mean, if you guys want to see this product everywhere, that's our goal as well. So helping us reach this Kickstarter goal would be monumental. Absolutely.
And for us, there's nothing better in the world than word of mouth marketing. So if you have used our services, if you have a friend or if your company or anyone you think could benefit from a service like this that we're offering, any type of soft introduction is always the best form of marketing we can get. So that would be the best for us.
Sure. And from the Pride of Dakota side, I encourage you guys to look for the Pride of Dakota labels at your local retailers. We have sections in Dan's supermarkets and other grocery stores across the state. A lot of convenience stores have Pride of Dakota areas, so look for that label. And if you know of somebody who is manufacture, process, or produce a product here in the state, by all means, send them our way. We're happy to have a conversation with them, see how the Pride of Dakota label can fit with them and their business model, and help them get their product to market.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you so much, guys. Let's hear it for Dani, Clayton, and Kara this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you much for spending time sharing the stories with us. Clayton, thank you for bearing with us through some of those tech issues. Appreciate your patience there. Appreciate the patience from our community here. We do need to give it up for Adam and Jaden, our tech wizards in the booth. We throw a lot of stuff at them, and they're the best. So thank you, fellas. All right. I think if you or anyone you know would like to present at 1 Million Cups, here's the spot to apply. Go to 1millioncups.com/bizman and apply to present. That'll get you in the speaker queue. Upcoming. Oh, Adam, can you slide me forward? Thank you. Upcoming next week, June 2nd, we have the Bisman Chamber EDC. They'll be presenting they had a leadership cohort. They just finished that up, or just finishing that up this week, and will present their leadership projects. June 9th, we have Unconventional Cookies, which is a new startup in Bismarck, Mandan, doing some really cool culinary things. Clayton, you might want to check that one out in the live stream. And then June 16th, we have We Clean Local, which is changing the face of how house cleanings are being done across the country. So please join us for those. That's all we have this morning, and have a great rest of the week.